think we're ready to go, Joey. I'm
I'll
going to
let
kick
you
off.
explain that.
Welcome, everyone, to the inaugural Cello Madness Congress of Australia.
There's a little bit of Zoom concert etiquette for everyone to know.
And before I introduce our first artist, I'd like us to remember that the land where Rosie, David, and Caleb will be playing is the lands of the Wurundjeri, Kaurna, and Gumbaynggirr peoples. The sovereignty of this land has never been ceded, and I would like to pay my respects to the elders, leaders, and supporters of all First Nations peoples. The San Francisco Peninsula was originally the land of a Native American people called the Ramaytush, but most descendants of that indigenous group from the Bay Area refer to themselves as the Ohlone or Costanoan, which brings us to CelloJoe, coming at us from California. Super stoked that he's playing. Can you tell everyone about the history of the Cello Congress before you play your set, Joey?
Sure, I sure can. Thanks, Gabriel. Yeah, I had never heard that first term that you used for the native people of this area. I've always heard Ohlone and Costanoan, but that's cool to hear. There's a lot of different tribes that lived in this area. They all had their own name for their own little region, but the general term for all of the people of the San Francisco Bay Area is usually Ohlone, Ohlone is how they spell that. The history of the Cello Madness Congress is I went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and I learned a lot about improvisation and jazz and that sort of stuff. Don't mind this guy. He's lost. And we would play these improvisation games at that school, and amongst the violin players and the violists and the cellists and the bassists. And when I graduated and moved back to the Bay Area, I kind of missed that. And so I got in touch with my friend Charith Premawardena, who started this group called Classical Revolution. I think they probably have a chapter in Melbourne.
It's not running right now.
It's not running right now,
It
but
hasn't
it's
been
about
running for 2 years.
Oh, okay, well, the whole concept is that they bring classical music to non-traditional venues. And so he hooked me up with a bar where we could meet and we could jam out. And so I invited a few cellists to show up, and it was kind of like a once a month thing, like the first Monday of the month. And we would go to this bar, and then we would just get together and we would just jam, you know, and it was tons of fun. You know, cello players tend to get along really well and just kind of jam really well together because we have such a low and high register. So, you know, one person can do that while the other person's doing this, etc. So sometimes we'd have like 4 or 5 cellists show up, and then we'd just jam for like 3 hours straight. And that's how the show started. And then as we got a little bit more, it's been going for like 10 years. So the format changed a little, where we'd do a jam, and then we'd have a featured performer or a group that had a cello in it, and then we'd do some more jams and just kind of alternate. And so that format has translated okay to these live stream shows where there's not as much jamming because there's latency, and it's impossible. It's really hard to jam, not impossible, but it's really hard to jam with other people over the internet. So now it's more just about like featuring different cellists. So we've had people from all over the U.S. Next month we're going to have somebody from Brazil. we also are going to have a cellist from Switzerland. It's just kind of gone worldwide, and this is the first Cello Madness Congress that Australia's done, thanks to Gabriel. So everybody give it up for Gabriel for organizing this and making it happen.
Woo!
Yeah, so that's the history of the Cello Madness Congress. It's facebook.com/cellomadness. And pretty soon we're going to have a website. We got a YouTube channel. I'll put that link in the chat soon, after I play, I guess. And without further ado, I think I should just play a few songs, and then we should get this thing started.
Yay, Joey!
If you're wondering, this person here is my fiance, Tony Tone. She's real. She's not a fake person that's wandering around. All right. What am I going to play? I hadn't really thought about it too much. This one's called Water is Life, and it's a chant that I learned from somebody when I was at a festival in Santa Barbara, California called Lucidity. And this is a chant from the Standing Rock protests in North Dakota, where they're protesting a oil pipeline called the Dakota Access Pipeline. Alright, water is life. Oh, my people, stand up and fight. It's alright, water is life. Oh, my people, stand up and fight. It's alright, water is life. Oh, my people, stand up and fight. It's alright, water is life. up and fight. It's alright, water is life. Oh, my people, stand up and fight. It's alright, water is life.
Woo! Yeah!
Woo! Right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nice.
Great job.
Thank you. All right. So, what other songs can I do? This one. This one's all about the machines that are dominating our lives. I heard about a new movie that's coming out that's called The Social Dilemma, and it's about how all these social media companies are pulling the strings and able to completely manipulate us, and we're willingly letting them do it by participating in their experiments on our brains. And this one's called Algorithm. Engineering the game. They make you keep on clicking while you're seeking after fame. When numbers ever add up, they don't seem to compute. Cause there's a kitty in pajamas and it's just too cute. Facial recognition's taking over free reign. Now the blockchain is pouring the champagne, while the dark web is doing the profane, while the troll culture's blowing up the Ukraine. Now who controls your algorithm? 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 Watch what they want you to watch. Who controls your algorithm? Hear what they want you to hear. Who controls your algorithm? Like what they want you to like. Who controls your algorithm? Buy what they want you to buy. Who controls your algorithm? Advertising to alter our fate. Computing in the clouds just to sway crowds. Memes propagating on all of the streams. And who controls your algorithm? Watch what they want you to watch. Who controls your algorithm? Hear what they want you to hear. Who controls your algorithm? Like what they want you to like. Who controls your algorithm? Hate what they want you to hate. Who controls your algorithm? Buy what they want you to buy. Who controls your algorithm? Scrolling and scrolling, scrolling and scrolling, scrolling and scrolling, scrolling and scrolling with tap, 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 click, 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 tap, 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 click, 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 click. These hackers engineering the game. They make you keep on clicking while you're seeking after fame. These numbers never add up, they don't seem to compute. Cause there's a kitty in pajamas and it's just too cute. This facial recognition's taking over free reign. Now the blockchain is pouring the champagne. The dark web is doing the profane while the troll culture's blowing up the Ukraine. Who controls your algorithm? Who controls your algorithm? Like what they want you to like. Who controls your algorithm? Watch what they want you to watch. Who controls your algorithm? Hear what they want you to hear. Who controls your algorithm? Click where they want you to click. Who controls your algorithm? Buy what they want you to buy.
Woo!
Boom. So the crazy thing is that it's pretty meta, right? Because how did you find out about this concert? Probably through some kind of digital means. Did you get a Facebook message? Did you get an email? Did you get a text? Did you get a WhatsApp? Did you get a Snapchat? Did you get an Instagram? But at the same time, you know, it's just, what?
I just felt it in my heart.
You felt it in your heart. You were like, Australian Cello Madness. I'm searching Google. Oh wait, I have to use Google to find stuff. No, I'll use DuckDuckGo. They're the privacy search engine. Or maybe I'll use Ecosia, because Ecosia plants trees for every search conducted. Anyway, that's just some sort of cheeky meta commentary on the world that we're living in. And Gabriel, do I have time for one more? Should I do a quick one?
Absolutely.
All right. This next one is going to be a tune that's all about dancing. So I know it seems a little weird because you're just sitting in your house by yourself or with maybe one or two other people, but it would be great if everybody that's feeling this, even if you're sitting down, maybe just do a little dance like this. But I want to see if, Gabriel, maybe you can keep an eye on people's screens, and if you see people dancing, you can spotlight them while I'm playing. So it's not just on me, but it's all on you guys. And this one's called Dance, everybody. All right. Everybody, everybody dance, dance everybody, everybody dance, dance everybody, everybody dance, dance everybody, everybody dance. And now shake it, let me see you shake it. Now shake it, let me see you shake it. Now shake it, let me see you shake it. Now shake it, let me see you shake it. Now shake it, let me see you shake it. Now shake it, let me see you shake it. Now dance everybody, everybody dance. Shake it, let me see you shake it. Now dance everybody, everybody dance, dance everybody, everybody dance. everybody, everybody dance. And now jump, jump, jump around, jump on up if you wanna get down. Jump, jump, jump around, jump on up if you wanna get down. Jump, jump, jump around, jump on up if you wanna get down. Jump, jump, jump around, jump on up if you wanna get down. Jump, jump, jump around, jump on up if you wanna get down. Dance everybody, everybody dance. Dance everybody, everybody dance. Dance everybody, everybody dance. Dance everybody, everybody dance. Halftime. Dance everybody, everybody dance. I want
all around now. Come on, everybody dance. Everybody got to get up now. Get up and dance. Come on, shake your body, baby. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Shake your booty for me. Shake it, shake your booty for me, baby. Everybody gotta dance in the dance floor.
Oh yeah, it's time to dance. We're gonna have a good time, gonna party right now, gonna dance in the body. Got to dance, yeah. If you're confused about what life is all about, just follow these directions. Put your right foot in, put your right foot out. Put your right foot in, then shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your hands in, you put your hands out, you put your hands in, and you shake them all about. Do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self out, you put your whole self in, and you shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Come on, dance everybody, everybody dance. 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 Jump, jump, jump around, jump on up if you wanna get down. Jump, jump, jump around, jump on up if you wanna get down. Jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
It's more fun if you put your video on, because if I switch it to gallery view, I see there's a lot of people over here that don't have their video on. But that's cool. If you want to hide and be a lurker, that's cool. You do you. Anyway, I think that's enough for me. Let's move on to our next cellist. How about we do that?
Thanks so much, Joey. Awesome, awesome, awesome set. Next up, we have Rosie. Where are you, Rosie? I need to spotlight you.
Hello.
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Cool.
You want to give us a little intro into your world of music?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much, Gabe and CelloJoe, for having me. That was super fun, and I'm gonna bring things right back down. Yeah, so my name is Rosie, and I would like to first of all acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which I live and on which I'm playing for you today, the Wurundjeri people. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and I acknowledge that sovereignty is yet to be ceded, has never been ceded. So I'm a cellist and a vocalist, and so today I'm going to be combining the two. And I've also grown up kind of with a grown up in the world of like folk music, traditional folk music, Celtic in particular. So I'm going to be drawing on some of those influences today. The first song, however, is an original piece with words by the poet John Donne from a metaphysical poem of his called The Flea. Yeah, and I just think it's a really fantastic poem. If you feel free to look up the words, I should say, after you listen. So this is The Flea. Don't you see how small what you deny me really is? How little this flea really is. It sucked me first and now sucks thee. And in this flea our two bloods mingled be. Thou knowest that this cannot be said, a sin or shame or loss of maidenhead. Yet this enjoys before it woo, and pampered swells with one blood made of two. And this, alas, is more than we would do. as thou sins, purpled thy nail with blood of innocence. In what could this flea guilty be, except in that drop it sucked from thee? Yet thou triumphst and sayest that thou finds not thyself nor me the weaker now. 'Tis true, then learn how false fears be. Just so much honor when thou yields to me will as this flea's death took life from thee.
Yay, well done.
Thanks.
Woo!
Yeah,
Great
thank
job.
you. Thanks.
Yeah.
So the next piece I wanted to share with you today is a piece of music by a man of the name Michael Kennedy, who is an Australian kind of poet, singer, guitarist who died a few years ago. But he left behind just this beautiful kind of body of work. And this piece I heard quite a few years ago now at the National Folk Festival in Canberra. And I sort of walked into this tent kind of not knowing what I was walking into, and this song was being played and sung. Yeah, it is a really, truly beautiful piece of music, and I can't wait to share it with you. It's called Lay Fallow. Heed the voice in the wind, my child. Leave the fields till the grass grows wild. Every blade is borrowed. Let the land lay fallow. Down below the waste and dormant life, forgotten seeds, waiting for to have their heads. And so again, the ancient bed. Heed the voice in the wind, my child. Leave the fields till the grass grows wild. Every blade is borrowed. Let the land lay fallow. Though your lot seems fair at best, and this plot a poor bequest, when every ounce of gold is found, the prize will lie in fertile ground. Heed the voice in the wind, my child. Leave the fields till the grass grows wild. Every blade is borrowed. Let the land lay fallow. Born around the birth of flame, the primal wind knows time, knows change, commands the skies and moves the land, yet it trembles in the human hand. Heed the voice in the wind, my child. Leave the fields is borrowed. Let the land lay fallow. Every blade is borrowed. Let the land lay fallow.
Yeah, well done, well done.
I think I've got one more for you today. This is kind of, yeah, so it's in keeping with the folk sort of thing. So this piece was written in, written by an Icelandic man named Kolbeinn Tumason. Can't remember his name properly. And he was around in the 1100s.
What, babe?
He was a really powerful chieftain and a really prominent kind of religious leader during his day. And this piece, or this hymn he wrote, it's on his deathbed. So the Icelandic title is Heyr himna smiður, and that translates to Hear, Smith of Heavens. I think apparently it's Iceland's kind of most well-known song. So it's just kind of in the ethos, I guess, and just part of their musical life, I guess. So this is Heyr himna smiður. Skaldið bíður, komi múk til mín, miskunnin fín, jag á þig, þú hefur skapað mig. Ég frálin þín, þú dróttin mín. holds very soft our hearts are watch over me, mild one. Needful all things throughout my hours in mortal bowers. O Virgin born thou, cleanse every motive now. Thy help impart within my heart.
Oh, well done. That was so beautiful.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Woo! Go Rosie!
Thanks to Gabe.
Good on you, Rosie.
CelloJoe.
Rosie, Rosie. Yeah.
That's it for me, but thanks and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. What a great thing to be part of. Thank you so much.
Lovely,
that
lovely,
was
lovely.
so
Well done.
wonderful.
See you later.
Well done. Well done.
Oh, what a beautiful girl.
Okay, so next, before I introduce David, I was wondering, Jura, are you willing to share your video and your voice for a moment? We have a giant walking among us at the moment. I don't know if she's gonna jump on, but she was at the frontier of new music movement and improvisation back when it was demonized pretty much. Jura, if you're there, come join us, but I'm about to throw it over to David. I was hoping she might share an anecdote of her time. Looks like not today. All right, next we've got David. He's sitting at a university somewhere in Adelaide. Let's throw it over to him and let him introduce himself and his music.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Great, cool. Thanks for having me. I'm planning a kind of suite today, I guess, to play on 2 instruments, one in standard tuning and one in scordatura, which is this one. Basically, part of the inspiration for this piece is the innate qualities of the 2 separate instruments. I think when you retune the strings of the cello, not only does the sound change dramatically, but also the feeling of the instrument under the fingers, and in a sense, you almost have to learn how to play a new instrument in a way. So that's part of the inspiration for this piece, I guess, my explorations and improvisations with these two, well, with this cello, and then my responses on a cello and standard tuning. And as well as that, some of the musical influences on this piece include Kaya Saryaho, whose music I've played a lot of recently, Horacio Radulescu, who's one of my favorite spectralist composers, and Bela Bartok, who's always been one of my favorite musical influences. And I've kind of conceived the work as a whole, in a sense, so if you wouldn't mind refraining from applause until afterwards, but also, if you'd like to interject, feel free at any point. And I'd also like to say a big thank you to Gabriel and to CelloJoe for putting this on, and to my friend Iran Sanadzadeh for technical support for today. And I think that's all I've got to say, so unless there's any questions, I might get going. This is the last movement, by the way. Thanks, everyone.
Yay, good job.
Wow.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
so good.
Thanks,
That
everybody.
was great.
What incredible sounds.
Cheers.
Thank you for playing. Does anyone have any questions for David?
I do.
Okay.
My question is, what do you call that technique where you're kind of like going in a circle and like going up and down?
Circular bowing, I guess. Yeah, I think a kind of circular bowing, I reckon. Yeah, a variation on circular bowing. That's it.
Can we call it the windscreen wiper?
That's allowed as well. That's totally fine.
Also, can you explain the tuning difference, please?
Certainly. Well, I've just detuned the bottom string, but usually that was at an A below the normal C. Then I tuned the G down to a F half sharp. D up to a D down to a D three-quarter, D half flat basically, and then the A all the way down to an E half sharp. So microtonal approximations, I guess, within there, but yeah, that's the rough tuning. And then the other cello was just in normal CGDA.
Well, and what's that tuning called, and how did you come up with it?
It's a variation on a tuning that I'm working on in a piece at the moment by an Australian composer called Lisa Lim. And I'm working on a piece by her for solo cello where the cello is tuned B from the bottom, B, F, D, D sharp. So really exploring just particularly the slackness of the top string and how that feels under the finger and the different combinations you get with natural harmonics that I was sort of trying to show a little bit there. So it's, I guess, loosely based around that, but a variation of my own, I suppose. I haven't got a name for the tuning yet.
No worries. Thanks very much for sharing that. That's awesome.
Cool. Thank you.
My other question is all of that music written?
I wrote things out in terms of a freehand notation and then just improvised within those frameworks, basically, with a rough time schedule, which I was keeping with a timer as well, yeah. So improvisations within bigger structures that I'd planned out, I guess, yeah.
Fantastic.
Like you put in your notes like the circular bow section part.
Yeah, or like pinch the string and vary the pressure and things like that, I suppose. So, yeah, but all nothing.
Not the notes. You weren't just like this.
Yeah, it was just no, it was just handwritten and based on variations, experimentations, I guess. Yeah.
Cool.
Super cool. Very cool. All right.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much
for tuning
David.
in. Cheers.
Yay. Let me get this happening. So next up, we've got a pre-record of Caleb doing his set. I'm going to screen share this, and if everyone can just help me along by letting me know if the audio and whatnot's all good.
Hello, everyone. My name is Caleb.
Audio's good.
I'm from rural Victoria originally. I've been studying in Melbourne at the National Academy of Music for the last couple of years. And today I'm very excited to bring you a program of pieces of music that are very close to my heart and that have played a really kind of pivotal role in bringing out the sorts of things that I enjoy doing and the sort of music that I enjoy playing. So I'm really excited to share this with you. It's a kind of wild mix of stuff that don't really go together. But I think that the only thing that brings them all together, they're all in either D major or D minor. It's kind of like a common thread, which is totally coincidental, but yeah. So I'm just going to start with some Bach, which is, I feel like a very fitting way to start just about any concert. With the Prelude by Bach, followed by Saraband. These are both from the second suite in D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach.
Nice. good.
What a great rendition. How long have you been playing Bach for? Let everyone know.
That's a good question. I've been playing Bach. I think I first played the first suite when I was about 10 years old, and I played it shockingly. And yeah, but it's a really, really grateful for that experience. It's just such good music to get stuck into from an early age, even if you kind of bash around at it and make a whole bunch of awful sounds. It sets you on the right path, you know. So
that was a great rendition. I loved your personal tweaks on it. Yeah, what have we got next?
Yeah, so next up is a pretty big sidestep. This piece is called Black Run by Svante Henryson. I really hope I just pronounced his name correctly. I only heard of this guy very recently and came across his music kind of completely by accident. But this piece called Black Run is called, I think it's like a ski run, like a black run, so which are typically the steepest ones that are the most difficult. And I think this piece, it's a bluegrass fusion kind of mixed with modern classical techniques. So it's quite a wild ride. I think it definitely captures the terrifying feeling of going down a black run, that minute where you kind of, the snow drops out from underneath you and your heart sinks as you just go like, oh my goodness, that's steep. So and it feels a bit like that to play this piece. So we're going to give it a go. Hopefully we won't stack along the way.
Right.
Thank you.
was amazing.
Imagine the crowd going wild on that one.
Oh, yeah, it gets you.
Oh, that covered some territory.
Okay, Caleb, can you please do a back announce on the name?
How exactly does one learn a piece like that when you just come across it randomly?
Yeah, I mean, like, listening, fortunately, there's a recording of the guy who wrote it playing it on YouTube, which is a cool place to start. But then it's definitely the sort of thing that you can really go your own way with it. I think the scores are pretty blank canvas, so it's good to, I feel like it's a great piece to add your own flair to it. And I think that's the sort of thing that he'd be all about. So, yeah, it's a bit of a journey, that one, to kind of find your own.
That brings to mind, it brings to mind a question I've been meaning to ask you for the show. And apologies for the questions, but the other artists might have audience members yelling questions at, so I thought I'd do a couple. But I guess what was what in terms of the future, what you want to bring to the table? You know, classical, folk, contemporary, modern, big mashups. I mean, that there was a bit of Balkan gypsy in there. There was some folk. There was some contemporary techniques. What do you see? What do you see your passion evolving towards as you go?
That's kind of the question. I don't know. I definitely more interested in kind of being open to new possibilities and I'm definitely not interested in following one particular path as such, or like, so I'm more just like, the more kind of new and exciting things that I can try, the better. I think it helps you figure out what you want to do. So I don't have a particular direction at the moment. I mean, I love a lot of different things, a lot of different styles and genres. So I'm kind of keen to see how I can, bring them all together in lots of ways. And also just, learn new stuff all the time. Just
Very
last
cool.
week I was playing some Afghan folk tunes, which I'd never done before. And like, it changed my life. Like, it's a whole nother sound world and everything. It's awesome. So learning.
Fantastic. Another sound world. That's a nice term. Sound world. Okay. So, what's next?
This next piece is written by Ligeti. It was the first movement from his solo cello sonata. And this is written in the, I really hope I get this right, but it was written in the late 1900s, so sometime before so it's relatively recently, within the last 50 years. I'm embarrassed I don't know when it is now. And it's quite an interesting piece. Ligeti wrote lots of very kind of out there atonal music, and this piece is very tonal and very melodic, which is, it was a little bit out of the ordinary for him, but I think it's really beautiful, and he's kind of captured something quite special. So this piece has always interested me as kind of a bit of a anomaly in the genre. So here we go.
Nice, very nice. Well done.
Very interesting piece of music. I loved it.
Yeah, very cool.
Wow, where did you come across that one?
I actually first heard that not that long ago at the National Academy of Music in Melbourne. I heard Dave play it, who's actually you would have just heard. So yeah, that's kind of a cool coincidence. Yeah, and yeah, it's very excited by it. And
yeah, gorgeous composition for sure.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah, I was going to keep it till later, but now that you forced it upon me, the last question I was going to ask you, by the way, these are from audience members, not my own.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What is the weirdest, craziest performance experience in your life so far?
Oh.
Like, you're not going to get too wild and naughty on the classical.
Yeah.
Classical.
I mean, in terms of wildest, I mean, there are a couple that come to mind, like, but definitely like playing some of Gurumal's music at the Queenscliff Music Festival with Gurumal's brother actually singing the songs with like this orchestra on stage with these compositions, and I was playing the part of a didgeridoo on cello.
Can you give us an example of that?
I've ever done. That's a good question. Something like that. That sort of stuff.
Were you playing with a didge?
No, I was the didge.
You
so
were the didge.
Is the name for the didge accompaniment, and it is the most exhausting thing I've ever done. Playing like half an hour of like this stuff. It's so hard work. But that music was incredible, and like being on stage with like mics everywhere and lights and everything with these, there were people dancing out the front. It's just like this crazy setup in a big tent. Yeah, that definitely comes to mind. It's probably one of the most wacko things I've done. You know, it's just a great experience though. Like definitely one of the most kind of yeah.
Sounds pretty awesome. How many more pieces have you got for us?
This is the last one now.
Okay.
So this piece is called Julio by Mark Summers, and this is a piece that's particularly close to my heart because it was kind of the first piece that I ever heard that I thought like, wow, that's just, the cello sounded cool. It was one of those things that's like, you know, as a kid, I think I was about 14 when I first heard it, and I was, my old teacher, Rowan, who's in the MSO, he was playing it at a concert at it was like a little jazz group, and he was doing this solo cello piece as part of it, and yeah, I just thought it was awesome, like all the stuff you can do with the cello. I have a second chair sitting here for a reason you're about to find out, but it's a very cool piece that takes on a lot of kind of contemporary American styles. I wouldn't call it folk, but it's definitely not classical, so I don't really know. You can make of it what you will. But it's got a really, really sweet tune. And yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces of all time, I think, for the cello. So yeah, enjoy.
Lovely. I like how you managed to
What
get the
an
Australian national
endearing
anthem in there
tune.
too.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank
for
you so
having me.
much. Thanks so much for playing. I
Yeah,
think
it's an absolute pleasure.
completely fulfilled the Cello Congress madness criterion. Yeah, can't wait to have you play live. You know, when the first bar allows us to get a group of crazy cellists together and have a beer and jam. So
I'm so excited.
yeah.
The day can't come soon enough. Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for tuning in and stay safe and have an awesome rest of your day. And thanks, Gabriel, for organising this. The man's a wizard and he's done so well.
Okie smoky dokey.
Hey, guess what? The composer of that piece played at the Cello Madness Congress like 2 years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
That last piece?
Yeah, his name's Mark Summer. He is the cellist from Turtle Island String Quartet, the original member. And he wrote that piece, and he played at a Cello Madness Congress in San Francisco a couple years ago.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, everyone, that concludes the first, hopefully, of many Cello Congress gatherings. Thanks so much for your efforts to get a ticket and come along and giving your energy to the performers.